under the age of 10. A roughly 400-acre former oil field in OC will soon be turned into a nature preserve. Surrounded by Newport Beach, Costa Mesa, and Phoenix Beach.
Some people go by the street of Homestead, Banning Ranch, and SoCal vast, large, undeveloped parcel of coastal real estate.
We must preserve as much open space as we can here in Orange County so that people have a place to escape the urban jungle.
Democratic officials in Tennessee, New York said it would take 3 years to clean up the oil field. Park-based and tribal land conservation are also expected to move forward Friday thanks to public and private funding. Orange County, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
A winter storm has started to move toward the east coast. ABC's Alex Perez says the plains and Midwest could get anywhere from a few inches to more than a foot of snow, and that is combined with deep freeze temperatures.
When this storm is coming to the Midwest, it will continue marching east and creating problems for the holiday weekend.
Airlines are anticipating weather-related delays and cancellations all across the country. Taking a look at your KFI financial report, another Dow is up 344, S&P is up 33, and the Nasdaq is up 83. SoCal weather from KFI looks like we've got a really nice day shaping up, very mild, sunny conditions later in the day with highs in the low to mid 60s. It looks like even in some spots where we could see some low 70s, but still chilly now. Right now it is 41 in Irvine, 46 in Santa Monica. Let's get a look to your drive with DKFI in the sky, and we're going to update the 10.
All right, the westbound today is coming from the government and border people program down to 7 on the 10. It's still in pretty good shape, all the way through 601. There's a couple of shoulder drops, but I just want to point out to you so they don't get their pilot. So Bryant Road, that's called 605, and then you keep going one little bit deeper to 710 at 3 miles, barely to the shoulder, so, but the drive is good, and especially the expressway, where you don't even need a big county switch for everything's good all the way. Now, looking at the East LA interchange, going from the southbound to the West Santa Monica freeway, just before you make that transition, there's some left shoulder work, there's some foreground work, and a right shoulder work as well. So just be careful going through. Not too bad. Just get down to 7 lamp doors, while trucks going south to pick up packages that you're probably waiting for at the top. Keep going, but even though it's not set, it's pretty good. The water pipe going into LA, looking at the videos, I speak to you now, which is north of the 710. Looks pretty good. We're going to really upload. We'll check it out for you. Let you know what's going on. Don't go away. Jump on AFI in the sky. If there's an accident that happens to anyone, if you're ever in a car, motorcycle, trucking accident, or even a dog fight, there's only one person called Weekend Accident Attorneys, 800-500-5200. In the last 15 years, Weekend has helped tens of thousands of injured accident victims get medical treatment needed. And it's won almost $1 million for his client, with $188 million settled so far this year. Come on! You see, being hurt after an accident has a major impact on a person. The last thing you need is to take it on a loan. James has been voted best attorneys in America, and personal injury is always sweet. James is sweet to you. The top on the insurance companies to hold them accountable. They are driven by their purpose to help you when you need them most. So, if you're hurt in an accident, call for free consultation. 800-500-5200. 800-500-5200.
You know, end-of-the-year donation decisions are best made where it can do the most good, which is right here at home. Children's Hospital Los Angeles delivers world-class care and life-changing research for critically ill kids. Your donations help families that need this life-saving care, so please give generously. Call 800-670-CHLA, that's 800-670-CHLA, or visit donatechla.org to make your year-end donation. When you can't stop there's Vicks Vapor Rub. Vicks Vapor Rub sends powerful, medicated Vicks vapors right to the source of your so you can experience cough relief and breathe easier. Generations of families have trusted Vicks Vapor Rub to help relieve the worst cold symptoms. So next time you have a cough, reach for the Vicks Vapor Rub. Vicks Vapor Rub. Cough relieving is believing.
More stimulating talk.
And I have a radio station.
the Palisades Peninsula is endless to the Pacific Ocean. Winners will stay in the Ocean View Suite, play around the Gulf for 2 at the Link, and have dinner at Catalina Kitchen. Visit KFI AM 640 on Instagram and enter to win a stay at this luxury resort that's right here at home. It feels like a million miles away. And I'm going to help you a little bit. You go to Instagram, you go to KFI AM 640's account, that's the handle at KFI AM 640, and you're looking for the post with a picture of the ocean on it. It might not be the first post that's there. It might be a couple, 3, 4 posts down at this point. That's what you're looking for. Look at the caption, do what it tells you to do, and you will be entered to win. And I'm told we have Justin Finch from ABC News ready to go. Justin, good morning, sir.
Hey there, lady, morning.
So give us an update if you can on the battle to get a budget passed. What's going on?
Well, they're really trying to get this done very quickly here. Hopefully, the Senate is under real deadline pressure. Tomorrow is the deadline by which Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell said that he wants this out of the hands of his chamber and does not want to hold Republican members past that time. The House is set to take it up after that Senate vote. The wedge kind of thrown into that plan today is, of course, we have an expected visit and address from Ukraine President Zelensky to address both chambers of Congress. Senator Dick Durbin saying that if that happens as planned, members will be voting on this budget bill and perhaps scrambling to get out of town ahead of a storm that's moving east at this time. So not only do members have the pressure of trying to push this mega bill through, there's also this unexpected visit coming in, and of course the weather on top of all of this. And again, Mitch McConnell being very firm on that 20-second deadline.
And do we still have any sense of whether he wants this deadline because he wants a full year-long bill to be done, or because he's hoping that it can't get done under this deadline, and now with the things you just described, the extra challenges, it seems like it might not get done. He's kind of hoping it can't get done so that they have to take it up again next year with a new Republican-controlled House.
Well, the wisdom has been that both sides want his year-long deal done, so that remains to be seen. Either way, you have to imagine that he has to be braced for the potential of another stopgap measure, which of course is both sides back into the corners once more, trying to hash out yet another deal. That even with this pressure of the 22nd kind of looming over all of it, just one more day at this point, we're going to have 2 contingencies. It sounds like everyone is wanting to go for the plan A here, which is the year-long funding and hopefully avert that shutdown. But it remains to be seen. Like you said, the whole added pressure of this Zelensky visit does put more heat on them to do something very quickly. You have members trying to hold that from the very beginning, saying that this is a lot to process, too much to take in, and they see places where they want to cut. But when you're talking about so many different snipes at this time, there really isn't enough time to get all of this done. And Chuck Schumer did say that not everyone was going to get what they wanted in this deal, and that appears to be more true now than it was in the Senate.
All right, and just one thing quickly, and this would be based on if you're hearing any chatter from anybody about this, which is the holdup fundamental differences about the core issues of a budget, or is it the side issues that both parties try to wedge in that don't really have anything to do with the budget? Like, I understand there's some disagreement about whether to build a new FBI headquarters, and if so, where. Are these disagreements about the core budget, or do they seem to be about side issues?
Can I say take a 50-50 on that? I would say there are some principal issues that appear to be rivaling either side, and there are those smaller things too. There are some who want to see not only more clarity, more funding, more of a future for that new FBI headquarters. Somewhere in this legislation, there are those who want to see something that will turn off security for those who go online and privacy protection. But there are some too who are asking, why is there $45 billion set aside for aid to Ukraine? Why is there $858 billion for defense spending, more than what the president asked for? Why is there no COVID funding in the bill? That was a White House concern, but even they said we will forego that because the greater thrust of this bill is to the benefit of the American people. So no matter what, there are always going to be holes pushed into and of course what it does not as well.
All right, very good, Justin. Thank you so much. Always great to talk with you, and we'll see what they can get done.
We'll see.
Justin Finch, ABC News. Let's get a news update from Jennifer Jones-Lee, and then let's talk a little bit about the Biden administration and Title 42 and what they're doing as they get down to the wire. They're doing something they kind of said they wouldn't do. It's KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Here's Jen live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Millions of Americans will see a white Christmas this year. However, that's because forecasters are predicting snow on the ground in at least 16 states this holiday season, and a bomb cyclone is headed across the country. Ukrainian President Zelensky will be in Washington, D.C. today. It's his first trip outside Ukraine since the Russian invasion started 300 days ago. And Twitter's owner, Elon Musk, says he wants to change the way polls work after over half of Twitter users voted to have him step down as CEO. So yesterday, Musk agreed with somebody on Twitter who said blue subscribers should be the only ones who can vote in policy-related polls, and Musk responded, good point. Twitter will make that change. SoCal weather from KFI. We've got a sunny day shaping up here, so while the rest of the country freezes, we're actually warming up as it'll be in the mid-60s to the lower 70s. Let's get a look at your drive with BKFI in the sky, and we're looking at the 105.
All right, that's it, boy. Cyclone. I better come up with a better term than that, that's for sure. Westbound 105. Guess what? It's pretty good shape for a change, I must say. We followed it from the 605 across. The little slow getting through the 110, but you'll be in good shape. You'll stay on schedule going into LAX. Now, LAX itself is busy. It's not wall-to-wall ridiculous right now, but it's going to get that way as we get towards the end of the week, that's for sure. But right now, I would call it manageable. To the 405, in pretty good shape. We're crossing over the 710 right now as I speak to you. It's a little slow up to about Santa Fe, north of the 710, but after that, really, it's a good drive all the way up to the airport. We're going to continue south a little bit, so we'll cover it all for you. Jeff Barr, KFI in the sky.
Tired of that foggy, forgetful feeling in the morning? Say goodbye to junk food and get to Mattress Firm's Dream Summer Sale. Save up to 50% off select mattresses from top brands. Visit a store near you or mattressfirm.com today. This report is sponsored by Whole Foods Market. Hey, cheese lovers, save big at Whole Foods Market during the 12 Days of Cheese. Get 37% off select holiday cheeses with Prime through December 24th, while supplies last. Shop in-store or online. Terms apply. Life is uncertain. It's okay to be stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. CalHope can help. Access CalHope's free annual tour mental health resources. Call 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org.
Experience the College Football Playoff National Championship Weekend at Championship Campus in downtown Los Angeles, January 6th through 8th. Championship Campus features playoff and central AT&T playoff playlist live, media day, the extra yard 5K, taste to the championship, and more. For more information, go to collegefootballplayoff.com/championship campus.
Wondering if you should get the updated COVID-19 booster? Here are 3 reasons why you should. 1. Vaccines and boosters provide better protection from COVID-19. 2. Even if you've had COVID-19 before, boosters are recommended to keep your immunity strong, especially as new variants emerge. And 3. The risk of getting very sick from COVID-19 goes up with age, and boosters can help lower the chance of hospitalization and death. Find a booster near you at myturn.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Feel good for the holidays with Christmas music playing now on iHeartRadio's Coast 103.5.
This is crazy land piling up all these crazy programs.
They all do this. They spend up everything and they don't worry about tomorrow, and then when the markets tank, they're screwed.
John and Ken. And so then their last resort, looks like we're going to have to raise taxes. We need to do on KFI.
AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Good morning, this is the Bill Handel Show. Bill is on a European vacation, but he is back next week. Wayne Resnick here, Gary and Shannon coming aboard at 10 o'clock. And a couple stories that we're watching here at KFI. The LA County Supervisors have agreed to endorse and support Los Angeles City Mayor Karen Bass's state of emergency on homelessness. Hall of Fame running back Franco Harris has passed away at the age of 72. He will be known for so many things, but perhaps nothing more than what they have called the Immaculate Reception. This was one of the most famous plays in football history, still to this day shrouded in controversy as well. It was pretty sure it was a divisional playoff game. It was the Steelers and the Raiders, and they were in Pittsburgh. And the Steelers are behind. There's 22 seconds left in this game. Terry Bradshaw throws a pass. He wants John Fuqua to catch it. And something happens, and this is where the controversy is. Nobody's still sure whether it bounced off of one of the Raiders' helmets or it bounced off of the receiver's hands. But in any event, in swoops Franco Harris, gets it right before it hits the ground, runs it in for a game-winning touchdown. And there you go. It was a big, big deal. But even to this day, there are people who will say that it's not fair because they don't know if it only touched the receiver, if it hit the ground before he caught it, or any of those things. It would have been an incomplete pass. I don't need to get too far in the weeds here. It really is. Any football fan knows the Immaculate Reception. And Franco Harris was a fantastic football player and human being. And he's definitely going to be missed, especially in and around the Pittsburgh area where he's a legend. Now, you know this fight is going on. It's for the Supreme Court over Title 42. Title 42 is really shorthand for a policy that immediately expels people who cross the border here based on stopping COVID. That's when we say Title 42 now, that's what we mean. Before COVID, if you had said Title 42, you would just be talking about a part of the statute that says the government can do a lot of things when there's a communicable disease going around. In any event, it came into play during the Trump administration because that's when the COVID came into play. The Biden administration has continued to use this procedure. In fact, more people have been expelled at the border under the Biden administration than under the Trump administration. And I'm not saying that to play favorites. I'm just saying more people have tried to come across since President Biden took office. But, and this is where things get confused. It's not confusing, but it's been confused in the reporting and the covering of what's going on here. Because the latest news, as you know, is that Chief Justice John Roberts froze the end of Title 42. You can't end it yet. Even though a lower court judge had ordered that it be ended because it's unconstitutional, basically. It's against the law to have this policy. And what's getting lost is this part of it, is the whole path to where we are. So you had Title 42 going on, and what happened is that lower court judge who found that this procedure is illegal because it denies people an opportunity to seek asylum, that was a lawsuit brought by 6 families who tried to come in and were expelled under Title 42. So those are the parties. You have the government, and then you have these 6 families, and the judge said, I agree with these 6 families, and it's no good, you got to end it. Then the states got it. You have Texas and some other states, Arizona, they started to get involved in the case. They said, hey, wait a minute. This judge over here said we got to end Title 42. We don't think you can end Title 42 because it's going to cause chaos and havoc.
pandemonium at the border, and we're going to be overrun, and we are not ready for this. We would never be ready for this, and so you're totally bumming us out, and you're hurting us. You're hurting us if you end Title 42. And an appeals court said, you know what, guys? Maybe, but you're too late. You're too late to get involved. You were not involved this whole time. All of a sudden now that you lost, if you will, in court. But you didn't really lose in court because you weren't part of the case. But now that your interest lost in court, here you are. That's not how it works. Sorry, the lower court decision stands. Title 42 is going to end. And then the Biden administration said, oh yeah, we're going to totally abide by that. We love it. We love a judge's order.
Remember, always check all your meds at safe.pharmacy, because Hollywood isn't the only thing filled with fakes.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your favorite radio podcasts. KMR, AM 640. The news, what it means, why it matters.
I gotta digress for a moment. KFI Motelli, this is the Tim Conway Jr. Show. About that song, I saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Now, it would seem that a reasonable response from a kid is, who is this man, and why is my mother kissing this man? Judith! Right. Why is this man? I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus, not Santa Claus kissing Mommy, okay? So evidently, Mom was the instigator. Junior! Mom was the aggressor. And he's okay with this. He being Michael Jackson in this instance. But, you know, if you see Mom kissing Santa Claus and you're not recognizing who Santa Claus is, now, like Michael Crozier, either I'm going to get the shotgun, or I'm going to get Daddy and find out, Daddy, somebody's kissing Mommy. And I know he brings the toys and stuff, but you need to go handle that. Because he's doing that in the living room. You know, in plain view of everyone. Just to have a little digression, that's all. You ever look at songs differently when you get older, as opposed to when you're like a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. They just seem different in nature. And that's one of those songs I can't quite figure out. Because if you see Mom kissing Santa Claus, well, evidently they know each other pretty well. And I know the subtext. Dad is Santa Claus. I get all that. I'm just saying, the way he phrases it, he does not recognize that that's his dad. So what is a reasonable response to a strange man, albeit carrying toys or not, kissing your mother? I walk in there and go, is this me? I'll get my hula hoop? Right. I go in there and try to like bargain, threaten, ransom. It's like, okay, Santa, I see you kissing my mom. In the next room is my dad. Okay, he's asleep right now, but I can go wake his ass up.
You feel like a dateline? Have a seat, Santa. Have a seat right there.
Right.
Brings you here, Santa.
But if you got time to kiss my mother, well, you got time to tell me why I didn't get my Rock'em Sock'em Robot back in 1973. You got some explaining to do. Anyhow, that was my digression. But speaking along the lines of holiday music, there's a song that I hate. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. Hate everything about the song. The lyrics, the syrupy, sappy nature of the song, how she lip syncs the song publicly, can't sing her own song, can't seem to get it right. All those things. Can't stand the song in any way. But I recognize the success of it. It is now a new classic in the sense of one of the biggest songs of all time. I did not know that it was recently certified diamond. In other words, it had sold more than 10 million copies worldwide. I did not know that it's still #1 on the Billboard charts as of today. #1 in the Billboard 200 globally, #1 in the Billboard Hot 100 nationally.
It dropped to 1,000 on December 26th.
It may, but here's the thing. Mariah Carey will pocket altogether around $3 million on average each year. And because of streaming specifically, it is growing. Now let me
make a tie into what I was talking about with Afro Man. How he, I think, is trying to get up his streaming numbers, get up his sales numbers, trying to bolster his career under the pretense, the auspices of running for president. Air quote. When I tell you about Mariah Carey and what she's done with this song, it should blow your mind. Now, let me find the numbers real quick. Last year, this is just last year, not counting this year, 200 million on-demand audio streams, 48,000 downloads. And to your point, Michael Crozier, this is within a very specific, limited, finite portion of the year. This is not all year. This is maybe over a month or 2 month period. 52.5 million video streams. 24 million program streams, that's here in the U.S. Altogether, that generated 1.36 million for Mariah Carey and her label, Sony Music. That's just one portion of it. Now, the publishing rights to the song brought in another $378,000. Global streams brought the total spends to 823 million, with 94,000 total downloads. That's just in 2021, and again, like Michael Crozier was highlighting, it's a small portion of the year. It's not all year long that people are listening to the song, just over a couple of months. Now, when you throw in $1.66 million in publishing royalties, that makes a grand total of $6.16 million in total revenue. Mariah Carey banking about half of it, and Sony, her label, getting the other half. There was a 50-50 cut between her and Walter Afanasieff. So every single year, and going back to the Afro Man comparison, since now there are solid streaming deals in place on Spotify and digital downloads, she will probably make exponentially more money in the coming years than she did in previous years, because heretofore, and it was something they had to really negotiate and wrestle with, there were not those agreements in place. So people were streaming it, and Mariah Carey, or any artist for that matter, they were not getting paid for it. Now those deals are in place. So Mariah Carey is getting all that money, those streaming and downloads worldwide. So only imagine going forward, since and Michael Crozier really appreciates this, we now have multiple generations who don't know anything about buying an actual CD. They just download and stream and go to YouTube, and all that revenue goes straight to Mariah Carey and Sony, her music label. She doesn't have to do anything for the rest of her life, and presumably she's going to make millions of dollars in passive income every single holiday season for arguably the worst freaking song in the history of music. Thank you. And Stefan, I appreciate you did not play it. I did put it in the folder as a point of reference, but we all know the song. We all know how horrible it is. But I did want to give her credit for making some $3 million doing absolutely nothing. And here's the thing which blows me away. The song is almost 30 years old. We're talking 1994 it was released. And it's been grown like a virus, like a tumor. It just gets bigger and worse and claims more lives each and every year.
I want to hear it.
No.
Let's play it.
No.
Come on.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, you know, but if you play it, I'll sing it.
Knock your ass and get your
All right. I'm just going to sing along with it. That'll make it much better.
And words and words and words and Christmas presents and Mariah and Kevin making lots of money. Hey, there's Aaron in the background. Something's happening and this song just dance along. I hate everything about this song. You and me both hate this song. And Aaron can't dance. Please, God, wait. Well, she's got that going for at least. Can we turn this stuff off now? Please don't keep singing along with it. All I want to do is go out in this song. It's number 2. Tim Conway Jr. Show. Bill Keller here. Thank you for turning that off. KFI 8640, we're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now from KFI 24-hour newsroom and application.
Sheriff's deputies in San Diego said they're trying to confirm if multiple robberies at VFWs in the county over the last month are being done by the same crew. The House committee looking into the January 6th riot at the Capitol has released its full report with some stuff redacted for security concerns. And the LA Holocaust Museum's gotten a $1 million grant to support free educational tours. 30,000 students from 4th grade through high school visit each year. We'll check the 5 freeway next.
How about a simple New Year's resolution? One that even I was able to achieve. Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You're going to feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing back in places that have been balding or thinning for years. I'm surprised and relieved every time I look in the mirror and witness hair growing where it used to be falling out. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one that I trust more than Advanced Hair Restoration. I experienced their exceptional standard of care firsthand. Your comfort and your results are their top priority of the entire Advanced Hair team. Celebrate the new year with a full head of hair, so get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 844-333-HAIR. 844-333-HAIR. Discover what meeting your resolution could look like with before and after photos. Before and after photos at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, let's go places. Not Burbank because it's slow.
The southbound side of the 5 with delays getting away from Olive. You were on the brakes all the way to the 605. Northbound slowing, kind of jamming up through Commerce, leaving the 605 northbound all the way back towards the 2. Now the drive out of Santa Monica remains slow, 10 eastbound from Cloverfield across Mid-City all the way to the 5 in Boyle Heights. And it looks like they're making a little progress in wrapping up this wreck in Azusa, 210 westbound. Coming up on Azusa Avenue, everything should be off to the shoulder, but delays are still picking up from the 57. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Merrill, the Bank of America Company.
Plenty of action tonight with the Lakers and Kings battling it out. The Clippers will play the Hornets and the Ducks on the ice against the Wild. Meanwhile, the Chargers get a cold team on Monday Night Football with journeyman Nick Foles at quarterback instead of Matt Ryan, who was benched once more. And the injury bug has claimed another NFL quarterback as Tennessee Titans starter Ryan Tannehill, likely done for the season, suffering an ankle injury against the Chargers in Week 15. I'm Drew Allen.
With Merrill, the bull always has your back. Learn more at ml.com/bullish. Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Spencer, and Smith Incorporated, registered broker-dealer, registered investment advisor, member SIPC. This report is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is handing over the keys to the ultimate supercar, a 2022 McLaren 720S Coupe on January 2nd. Play in December to earn points. Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
By now, you've heard the news. Vaccine boosters are available for eligible Californians. Boosters support stronger immunity and help maximize protection against COVID-19 and its variants. Visit myturn.ca.gov to find out if you're eligible and to find a booster near you. That's myturn.ca.gov. Stay healthy and strong. Get boosted. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
I'm from East Los Angeles. People always ask me, why would a famous actor like Danny Trejo do all his own stunts? Listen, that chainsaw, it's a fake. That car crash, it's a fake. That flamethrower, no problem. It's a fake. Fake meds. That's a real problem. So always verify all your medication online at safe.pharmacy and keep your friends, your family, and yourself safe from fake meds. I gotta go wrestle this fake bear. But remember, always check all your meds at safe.pharmacy. Because Hollywood isn't the only thing filled with fakes.
The 12th annual KFI Pasta Fund is in the books.
Hey, it's Gary and Shannon. We just wanted to give a big thank you to everybody who came together once again and donated to the Pastathon.
Yeah, it's amazing that in the 12 years that we've been doing Pastathon, every single year you have been able to give more, to get more, and it's just an amazing thing to have been able to watch every holiday season.
Bravo, family. Thanks so much.
Grazie.
Thank you. KFR, AM 640.
Your city rating talk.
I think I'm losing my mind, trying to stay inside the lines.
Tim Conway Jr. Show. Bo Kelly in for Tim, KFI, AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Get me on Twitter at Mr. Mo Kelly, MrMokelly. Just want to let you know, KFI is giving you a chance to win a 2-night stay at Southern California's premier oceanfront destination, Terranea Resort. Breathtakingly situated on 102 acres atop the Palos Verdes Peninsula with endless views of the Pacific Ocean. I've been there any number of times just to hike. It is fabulous. Now, winners will stay in an ocean view suite, play around the golf for two, have the links, and have dinner at Catalina Kitchen. You can unwind at Terranea's award-winning spa Wellness Center, lounge by one of their 4 ocean view pools, or dine at their 8 distinctive on-site restaurants. Here's what you need to do. Go to terranea.com to learn more. That's TERRANA.com. Or you can visit KFIA 640 on Instagram, and it's pinned right to the top when you go there on the landing page, and you can enter to win a stay at this luxurious resort. It's right here at home. It feels like a million miles away. That's Terranea. And before we end this out, I don't know about you, but me, I have this unhealthy love affair with burritos. They could be breakfast burritos. They could be dinner burritos. They are so customizable. And I think that's the appeal. And they're easy to carry. And I'm a person that only buys one person I will eat in my car. And it usually requires something that I can put my hands around and use. And here's the thing, in my approach, I know you appreciate this. I will eat in my car and also drive stick. Not easy, but I can do it between using my knees for the steering wheel and using my right hand for the stick shift and my left hand for my burrito and my phone while I'm texting. Kidding. I'm kidding. I am eating, don't touch that stand. The burrito OG like that. I know. Changing gears. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and people don't know. I was having a conversation with my nephew a while back, months ago. And he didn't, when I said manual transmission, he said, what are you talking about?
What do you mean? Turn it on and go.
Yeah, yeah, okay. And then I went to 3 on a tree, and I don't want to go into that again. But I'm just saying, sometimes you just take for granted, you think the younger generation just knows. And they honestly don't know because they have no point of reference. But the reason why I was talking about burritos specifically, I saw something which spoke to me on a number of levels. I said, yeah, this makes sense. Grubhub finds that burritos were the most popular ordered food in 2022. That makes sense to me because oftentimes when I would leave work here, not to plug a restaurant, but it's true, I would go to Coquito Mox and get their chicken burritos. Fantastic. Or it might be Chipotle. I just can get a burrito there. It's never a bowl. It's always a burrito. There's something about being able to eat and customize your food in that way. And I think, I don't know this, I just think that's possibly the reason why burritos are so popular. Now, according to this food delivery app, Grubhub, we've all used it, or hopefully have all used it. They analyzed millions of orders from customers over this calendar year. Their data found that the tortilla-wrapped dish, and I'm quoting, made it to the top spot. In fact, burritos jumped up 8 spots from last year. Rounding out the year's top 5 were cheeseburgers, cheese pizza, pad thai, and chicken quesadillas. Chicken quesadillas are always good. Can we get another order of something? You know, isn't that the way it's supposed to be done? I'm the guest host, so I'm supposed to get something like, you know, for our guests. You know, when you have guests here, don't you have food provided for them?
Usually the guest host is more provided.
Oh, really? Yeah. What do you guys want to eat? We should order some burritos. Yeah, burritos. You guys want a burrito? Let's get a burrito. Get a chicken quesadilla. Okay. The top dessert order, tiramisu came out as number 1. The ordering tiramisu, or even ordering dessert when I'm like ordering food. That's something I would have at a restaurant. I'm not going to call Grubhub for some tiramisu. I would actually go to a restaurant and get some good tiramisu.
Yeah.
Because if they deliver it, it's probably not that good.
Delivered tiramisu is not,
No, that's probably not it. And tiramisu beat out baklava and cookies. Tiramisu got more than 44,000 orders. Really? Really?
I can't see people going, hey, did I got tiramisu?
If you're ordering Grubhub, you're probably, and I don't want to generalize, but I'm going to. If you're ordering Grubhub, you're probably not that discriminating. Not that discriminating when it comes to food or dessert. If you're ordering a burrito like me, the dessert doesn't have to be high class, all right? All right?
You think people are ordering it thinking it's high class because it's called tiramisu?
Yes. If I'm going to use Grubhub to order creme brulee. No, I am not. I'm going to go to an actual damn restaurant, sit down, have a real meal, maybe have it with company like my wife or my girlfriend, my mistress, and then, have some tiramisu. That's it. Have creme brulee. And then have a chocolate cookie. But I'm not going to order it. Not by Grubhub. Maybe DoorDash, but not Grubhub. Nah, DoorDash is ghetto. You know, it's all about perception. Because I've had better experiences with Grubhub. I'm just being honest.
Have you?
Yeah, I've had better experiences with Grubhub than DoorDash.
What does that mean? Better experiences?
Maybe they have a better drivers or something. You know what I mean?
But I mean, like, is the food not getting delivered? Is it late? Is it cold?
The food may be colder, especially with Uber Eats. Uber Eats, I've had some horror stories.
Really?
Yeah. And I'll get food from Uber Eats, and it's like, wait a minute, why is this bag open? At least tie it up. At least give me the illusion that you haven't actually gone through my food.
Right.
I mean,
I'm wondering if the quality of the food delivery service that you have is dependent on where you're at and the quantity of employees for that particular service, just where you're at.
Oh, I think it's all of it. I think it's where you are, what restaurant you're ordering from. Let's just say hypothetically.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the restaurant you can't change in your area.
Yeah,
but
that's what I mean.
If you're discriminating between the food delivery services, they're all still going to be pulling from the same restaurants in your area.
Yeah, but they may not be using the same quality of drivers and people who are...
Yeah, so the services you're saying there is a difference between.
Yes,
at least where you're at.
Yeah, like the difference between Uber and Lyft.
Yeah.
And I find that Lyft is better,
yes,
but they're more plentiful Uber drivers.
Yes.
So you have to pick and choose. You have to pick your poison. Like, for example, there may be times if I were going to DoorDash or Uber Eats Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
Right.
Okay? Now, because of where I live, if I want to go to my house, I have to get from the one on Manchester and Maine, where they had the shooting. And that's going to have a different
flavor.
Yeah, let's put it that way. Put it that way. Then if I were to get it from the one in Inglewood, which is Manchester, closer to the 405 freeway.
Okay.
So, you know, it all depends on, you know, the service, the particular restaurant relative to where you live. All those things matter.
We predominantly use DoorDash in our house because that's at least what we've used almost from the beginning, and they were the earlier, they were the earlier ones, at least in our area, that were plentiful with doing the restaurant. But like when I have problems, like if an item is missing or something like that, I love how DoorDash at least immediately takes care of it. Like I just go on the app real quick, say, oh, there's a problem, either missing or cold or something like that. Immediately they give me credit, and I never had an issue like that. Grubhub, I've had issues kind of going through that process from time to time.
Yeah, Uber Eats, it's hit and miss whether my food gets to me warm. Now, sometimes it's really not a big deal because I'm ordering fast food to a certain degree. I'll throw it in the microwave. I'm not going to quibble too much.
Yeah.
But I am very particular about when you put that food on my doorstep or whatever, it should be tied up and tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's at the minimum.
When I look on the Ring, when they go to deliver the food, and you can tell by their body language whether or not it's going to be something you have to look a little second guessing on the food contained therein.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just like throw it and go. versus they put it down, like you said. If it looks good, tight, that stuff means something. Quality control, baby.
It does, and I'm the guy who's peering through the peephole, looking at the Uber Eats guy.
Oh, wait until they end up
Wait, I'm just peering at him, and I'm trying to be real quiet. It's like, stop barking, right? Stop barking. And I'm looking like, okay, there better be some plasticware in there as well, because I asked for that. That's another thing with Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Request the plasticware. Sometimes they put it in there, sometimes they don't. If I'm at home, that's fine. But if I'm in a hurry, like I'm getting ready to get in my car or whatever, leave, and I want my burrito, whatever, you know, or if I'm eating something where, you know, I need both hands when I'm eating in my car, I need my plasticware.
Thank you.
Because we all eat with both hands while we're driving.
It's the details, man. It's little details.
It's the Tim Conway Jr. Show, KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
No matter how far away you roam, take KFI along on the iHeartRadio app
KFI.
and KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
They got it. So, allegedly. I'm Michael Crozier, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Orange County Sheriff's deputies have arrested a teen in San Clemente for assault with a deadly weapon and elder abuse tied to an attack on a city councilman. Sheriff Sergeant Scott finally says the councilman tried to stop an attack on his wife by a teen with a skateboard.
And was trying to restrain him from any further advancement. The victim was hit numerous times in the head facial region by the suspect swinging his skateboard.
Councilman Gene Jan says the attack Monday caused multiple head injuries, but he'll recover and return to service the city. He says his wife was recording the teen, causing commotion in their neighborhood when the attack started. Rex Richardson has been sworn in as Long Beach's first black mayor. LA Mayor Karen Bass attended the ceremony yesterday. Richardson promised to work with her on the homelessness crisis. He added he would call on the city manager to bring a declaration of a state emergency on homelessness to the city council. Agents with the DEA in LA say they've seized more than 38 million doses of fentanyl this year. Special agent in charge Bill Bodmer says his agents are facing challenges because Southern California is the gateway for drugs to spread across the U.S. Bodmer says the cartels in Mexico are getting more sophisticated.
This is an extremely profitable drug because of its synthetic nature. The same is true for methamphetamine. Don't kid yourself. There's a lot less cocaine in Los Angeles right now than there was 20 years ago.
Bodmer says his agents also seized 16,000 pounds of meth, 337 pounds of heroin, 4,000 pounds of cocaine. Going around. Learn more about the fentanyl crisis. You can download the KFI News podcast every day on the iHeartRadio. Two women in Colorado who say a nurse sexually assaulted them while they were unconscious in the ICU. Filed a lawsuit against the hospital where they were being treated. The suit filed yesterday alleges the hospital's management did not do enough to prevent the abuse. Police say the nurse would record himself sexually abusing female patients while they were unconscious or incapacitated. The president of Ukraine has met with President Biden at the White House. President Zelensky arrived to a red carpet welcome today before the two leaders walked off to meet in private. Zelensky thanked Biden and the ordinary people of America for their support.
I really appreciate. I think it's very difficult to understand what does it mean when we say appreciate, but you really have to feel it. And thank you so much.
Zelensky also thanked Congress and addressed a joint session of Congress this afternoon. His visit comes as lawmakers are working on a government funding bill that includes another $45 billion for Ukraine. A 10-year-old boy is given Patience violin concerts at a children's hospital in Chicago. The boy says he was practicing for his upcoming concert while he was recovering from major hip surgery to fix an issue with his cerebral palsy diagnosis.
My legs felt like today. How do they feel like now? They feel strong again.
The boy told NBC5 Chicago as he got better, he would walk to different kids' rooms for performances. He says his recovery went well and he was able to play at his holiday concert on Sunday. We'll check the 10 freeway next.
If your business has 5 or more employees, you're eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. GetRefunds.com can cut through the red tape and get you the money. Their tax attorneys are specialists in this little-known payroll tax refund program. GetRefunds.com does all the work with no upfront cost, but it's only available for a limited time. Go to GetRefunds.com and click on Qualify Me, answer a few questions, and see if you're eligible. That's GetRefunds.com. No risk, high reward. GetRefunds.com.
Mostly clear skies through the night, lows below 50, mostly sunny tomorrow and a little warmer. Highs around 60 at the beaches, around 70 Metro LA, Orange County, mid to upper 70s, inland Empire in the valleys, and around 70 in the Inland Valley. About 5 to 10 degrees hotter overall through the weekend. weekend. Right now in Fountain Valley, 57, Lake Forest, 58, Marina Del Rey, 54, Manhattan Beach, 56 degrees. Your KFI Money report, the Dow finished up 527. NASDAQ was up 162. S&P was up 57. The average price of oil at 435 per gallon. Right, that's the Monica.
On the eastbound side of the 10 at Cloverfield, a car flipped over. It's just the right lane that remains off limits. So watch out for some slow traffic right now. We're seeing a backup getting away from just about 20th Street. So it's going to be the jam up there briefly. Once you pass the crash, the drive opens up. You're on the brakes ahead in Mid-City from about Robertson all the way towards the 5 in Boyle Heights. The 110 northbound South LA slowing down from the 105 freeway, delays all the way to Stadium Way, and it's still slow in Pasadena, 210 eastbound from Mountain as you continue ahead towards Citrus. KFI in the sky, help get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez. We conquer cancer. For the non-to-be, who's out of treatment options. For the doctor who has a brilliant idea that needs research funding. For the people who faced cancer head-on and found incredible hope while they were with us. For the children who celebrate the end of chemo. We conquer cancer for all who have been touched by it. Conquer Cancer accelerates breakthroughs in research and care for every cancer, every patient, everywhere. Join us at conquer.org.
The top 4 teams in college football are locked in. Georgia, Michigan, TCU, and Ohio State will play for their chance at the College Football Playoff National Championship on January 9, 2023. Visit SoFiStadium.com/College Football Playoff to reserve your suite and book your travel plans today. Don't miss your chance to witness college football history at the iconic SoFi Stadium. Again, visit SoFiStadium.com/College Football Playoff to reserve your suite and book your travel plans.
More stimulating talk.
Radio station.
Your right lane, so that's 5 north now for the 710, really tough. Out of the East LA interchange, 5 south, extra tough as well. Down towards your 605. We did have a crash. Last time around, I mentioned this 10 westbound, a little slowing in Baldwin Park. 10 west, right before you get to the 605, we had a crash, a couple cars. Everything now over to the right shoulder, but your west 10's worse than your east 10 there in West Covina. Back up because of Vincent, so right in front of the wall there, you've got some slowing to contend with. 71 northbound, we have police activity and a crash as well, northbound side, about a mile before Euclid, and that's why that 71 is jammed northbound, coming out of Corona, off that 91 freeway. It is a mess. Crash on the 91 in Bellflower, eastbound of Bellflower Boulevard. Some good news, that just cleared, but we've got a problem on the East 91, and this is in Compton.
Hey, this is Lynn. I'm on the 91 going east. I'm in just past Central, the Central exit, and going east, there's a Prius hung out in the middle lane.
And it is dark there, as he said. You've got some slowing on that East 91. We said it's actually starting just past Avalon. Still working a crash. Right lane still blocked, 10 east before Centinela, everything now to the right shoulder, and again that right lane blocked, but that backup for you begins out of Santa Monica, starting right at 20th Street. Still a really difficult drive for that Santa Monica freeway. 7:15 is our next report from the Toyota of Glendora.com, 24-hour traffic center.
All right, we have some mostly clear skies tonight, lows in the 30s and 40s. Tomorrow should be partly cloudy in the morning, then some more clouds later on in the afternoon with highs around 70 degrees. Some clouds, then some sun, and highs around 70 again on Friday. Right now, it is 61 degrees in downtown LA. We've got 58 in West Covina, also 58 right now in Rancho Cucamonga at 707. 200,000 travelers a day will be going through LAX from now until January 2nd. Our Pete Demetrio reports the airport has new high-tech tools that'll help smooth out the flight experience for both local and international travelers.
When it comes to those international flights out of the Bradley terminal, passengers will have the use of the new rail baggage handling system that moves 22,000 pieces of luggage a day directly to assigned planes, while cameras monitor all of the movements. Passengers will even be able to check their luggage 24 hours in advance on certain carriers. For the rest of the flying public, Mike Christensen, the Chief Operations and Maintenance Officer at LA World Airport, says the ramp tower behind Bradley will allow controllers to move planes 15 to 20% more efficiently from the gates to the runways, and continuous checks of people from ground agents to pilots will tell the controllers if they're meeting the standard.
We have a feedback loop with all of them through our response centers, through the guest services people that are on the ground. So yes, absolutely, we get that feedback constantly.
They may need that feedback, as it's possible travel numbers could peak at 220,000 people on some of the busier flight days ahead. At LAX, Pete Demetrio, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
A new homeless assessment report from the Federal Housing and Urban Development Department shows that record numbers of people fell into homelessness during the COVID pandemic. But for California Republicans, the report is an indictment on homeless policies from Governor Newsom's administration. The HUD report shows California accounts for half of all unsheltered people in the county, one-third of the nation's total homeless population, and had the largest increase in the number of homeless in the country from 2020 to 2022. Republican State Senator Russellisa Ochoa Boga, representing San Bernardino County, tells KNX Republicans have introduced some new legislation that would mandate more aggressive clearing of homeless encampments.
And you don't have anything right now that actually protects our parks, our libraries, our daycare centers from being exposed to dangerous behaviors around our children. And I think as a mom, I can tell you that many parents feel the same exact way. Mind you, we didn't even extend this to our businesses in California who are also being impacted by this happening.
The Republican bill would require law enforcement to notify homeless people of nearby shelters and mental health treatment centers after encampments are cleared, but does not address the funding or building of new shelter beds or temporary housing options. Is the U.S. Supreme Court trying to gain too much power? Well, Chris Seitens tells us there's growing concern among many legal scholars.
Critics use the recent ruling knocking down Roe v. Wade to make the point that the High Court is out of touch with the American public.
I don't know if they want to be more than an equal branch, but I think they want to get their way.
Mark Lindley is a professor at Stanford Law School and author of an article titled The Imperial Supreme Court, the Harvard Law Review.
They have been bending the rules to take cases that they want, and when they take those cases, they've been doing what they want, whether precedent says otherwise, whether the Congress or the legislature or the states say otherwise. And I think that's a new phenomenon.
Part of the argument made by legal scholars is that the High Court is simply trying to accumulate too much power. Chris Seitens, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
More than 3,000 new cases of COVID being reported today in LA County, along with 23 more virus-related deaths. There are now 1,274 COVID-positive patients in county hospitals. That is up slightly from yesterday. The increase comes as Southern California struggles through a triple depth of COVID, flu, and RSV. Coming up on KNX, we're learning more about the rollout of Mayor Karen Bass's plan to house LA's homeless, and take a look at what's slowing you down on our roads with Brian.
We love a judge's order. We always comply with judge's orders.